Good morning, my dear student, respected sir, and the follower of this channel. Today we are going to discuss about the protein of plasma membrane. Like the lipid, the protein is also important in the plasma membrane. This topic is the important topic in the molecular cell biology, and again the molecular cell biology is the important topic in the life sciences. Before that, from the last sessions we have receiving the number of comments, and these encourage me to upgrade and continue this series of lecture up till now. Again, I am thankful to Mr. Perudkar and the Manisha madam for their technical support. Now today we are going to discuss about the proteins in plasma membrane. The plasma membrane, it is the lipoproteinous in nature, made up of the lipid as well as the protein. Lipid act as the fundamental structural element of the membrane, while the protein carrying the specific function in the plasma membrane, those functions are important for the life of cell. Its daily needs for conveying the message, for entering or not allowing the entry to the molecules. There are the number of functions, and these functions are controlled with the help of protein there. Now in the plasma membrane, as lipid and protein present, it has the equal contribution. Most of the plasma membrane consists the approximately 15% lipid and the 15% protein there. Again, in the last session we have discussed about the glycolipids. Like glycolipids, the glycoproteins also present in the membrane, and both they contain the carbohydrate portion. These carbohydrate portion of glycolipid and the glycoprotein constitute 5 to 10% of mass in the plasma membrane. Now here the diagram we are seeing that outer side of the cell, inside of the cell, and how plasma membrane contain the protein as well as the lipid. In the bilipid layer there are the red color proteins, and these proteins contain the carbohydrate chain on the side extracellular phase, that is on the outside of the cell. So from this diagram we can imagine the structure of protein there. Now the feature protein, as the lipid is amphipathic in nature, means it contain the hydrophilic portion and hydrophobic portion. In lipid there is the hydrophilic head and hydrophobic fatty acid chain. The protein also with the amphipathic molecule. It, like the lipid, it contains the hydrophobic portion as well as the hydrophilic also. These hydrophilic portion means the water loving portion of the protein exposed on the both side, on the extracellular phase and on the cytosolic phase. But the hydrophobic portion, these hydrophobic portion interact with the fatty acid chain. In phospholipid bilayer, fatty acid is the hydrophobic, and therefore it avoid the water. Like that, the hydrophobic portion of the protein also avoid the water and interact with the fatty acid chain, and these hydrophobic portion also has role to span the membrane when protein act as the transmembrane protein there. Therefore the feature of protein means it contains the two types of the portion. One is the hydrophilic, another one is the hydrophobic portion. Then the types of protein, according to the position, there are the two types of the protein there, two general classes. You know that one is the integral membrane protein and another one is the peripheral membrane protein. Now at the PG level, these integral membrane protein are referred as the transmembrane protein, known as the transmembrane protein, because it transfer from one face of the membrane to the another face of the membrane, that is exposed on the both side of the membrane. Therefore, these are the two general classes. One is the integral membrane protein and another one is the peripheral protein. Integral membrane protein means, again note that it is embedded in the lipid bilayer, while the peripheral membrane protein, it is not inserted into the bilayer, but it is associated with membrane. How associated? It associated indirectly and present on the only one face. The integral membrane protein shows the again another types, and these types are according to their function. These protein, transmembrane protein or integral membrane protein, these protein are referred as the channel proteins or carrier proteins or the ion channels, as they perform the function for the entry and exit of the molecule. To control the entry and exit of the molecule, there are the different types of the integral membrane protein. It may be the channel protein, carrier protein or the ion channels. Now, the protein spanning the membrane, protein present in the membrane, but there are the two types, integral and the peripheral. An integral membrane protein spanning the membrane means it cross the membrane, start the amino acid chain, polypeptide chain of protein from one face of the membrane and expose on the another side through the lipid bilayer. The integral membrane protein exposes on the both side, extracellular phase as well as the cytosolic phase, and these membrane spanning portion are usually the alpha helical region. Now we discuss about the feature of protein, means it contains the hydrophilic nature, also has the hydrophobic portion, and in the membrane spanning protein, the spanning portion, membrane spanning portion has the alpha helical region, and this alpha helical region, it is made up of the non-polar amino acids. These amino acids are 22 to 25 in number, and these non-polar amino acid has the hydrophobic, usually it has the hydrophobic nature. Again, these amino acid has the hydrophobic side chain, and these hydrophobic side chain interact with the fatty acid chain in the bilayer, because both are the hydrophobic in nature. This alpha helical region helps the protein to span the membrane, and another structure in the lipid in the protein is the beta barrel. Like the alpha helical structure, another one is the beta barrel. There are the two structure in protein. When amino acid contribute to synthesize the protein, these amino acid make the two types of the structure. One is the alpha helical and another one is the beta sheets. Now from this beta sheet, the beta barrel are developed, and these beta barrel helps to span the membrane. These beta barrel are found in the transmembrane protein of bacteria, chloroplast and the mitochondria. Now these three terms referred for the prokaryotes. Chloroplasts and mitochondria are also shows the prokaryotic nature. So we can say that in the plasma membrane of the prokaryote, that is the bacteria, chloroplast and mitochondria, the transmembrane protein contain the beta sheet. Now how the spanning nature of the protein? According to the number of span, there are the two types. Some proteins span only once. Span means the crossing of the membrane by the protein, it is known as the span. Some protein cross only one times, it is known as the span only once. But some protein crossing the membrane several times, these are the another type. Means it has the multiple spanning region. And most of the protein have the carbohydrates. Like the glycolipids, the protein also has the carbohydrate portion and so called as the glycoprotein. The most protein of the eukaryotic plasma membrane have the carbohydrate portion. And how this modified? By the addition of carbohydrate, this protein get modified there, and these carbohydrate portion then expose on the surface of cell. In glycolipid also, the carbohydrate portion was exposed on the surface of cell. Here in the glycoprotein also, the carbohydrate portion found on the cell surface, and there these carbohydrate portion participate in the cell-cell interaction. Now we have seen that the spanning of the membrane with the help of hydrophobic alpha helix or the beta barrel sheet. It is discussed for the integral membrane protein, but those are the peripheral membrane protein, they associated with the plasma membrane. How they will be associated with plasma membrane? They are anchored by the lipid. Now the lipid are covalently attached to the polypeptide chain of proteins. Lipids are covalently attached to the polypeptide chain of protein, and these lipid modification then anchor the protein to the cytosolic as well as the extracellular phase of the plasma membrane. Now for these two phases, there are the two modifications. For the cytosolic phase, different modification. For extracellular phase, there is the different modification. Before that, we just focus on the structure of the protein. Protein is made up of the amino acid, and amino acid has the one carboxy terminus, another one is the amino terminus, and from the number of amino acid the protein get synthesized. Therefore the protein also has the one amino terminus, another end has the carboxy terminus, and most of the transmembrane protein or most of the protein associated with the membrane has the amino terminus on the cytosolic phase and carboxy terminus on the extracellular phase. Now according to this feature, we are going to listen about the anchoring to lipid. How the lipid get anchored to the proteins. On the cytosolic phase, the 14 carbon fatty acid, that is the myasteric acid, attaches to the amino terminus. Now this fatty acid portion, it is attached between the lipid and in the amino terminus of the protein. Another fatty acid is the 16 carbon fatty acid, that is palmitic acid, and 15 to 20 carbon prenyl groups. These are attached to cysteine residue. It is the particular amino acids. Therefore listen that the myasteric acid, it is attached to the terminal region of protein, but the palmitic acid and the prenyl group are not attached to the amino terminus of protein. It attached to the cysteine residue, that is the particular amino acid of the protein, and in this way on the cytosolic phase the lipid anchor the protein. Now on other hand, on the extracellular phase, the addition of glycolipid in the membrane, it helps to anchor the protein. How they are? By the addition of glycolipid to the carboxy terminus. We know that the membrane contains glycolipid, and glycolipid are mostly found on the extracellular phase, and at the extracellular phase there is the anchoring of the protein to the lipid. Therefore on the extracellular phase, these glycolipid attaches to the carboxy terminus of the amino acid. Now it is the simple and the important. These 2 points are the important for the concerning the NET and SET exam, for concerning the different school level exam also. So from today's lecture, I hope that my dear students and follower of the channel can easily understand this simple but important topic. Now I will thankful to you and again request to share this valuable information to the number of students and also subscribe the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you.